Welcome to Yoga Explained, a series to help you learn yoga from the beginning, because when you learn to do the poses really well, you'll be safer in your poses and you're going to get more out of them as well. My name is Laura. I've been a yoga educator for almost 35 years and I love to teach beginners. So for this series, there is a playlist I've created so you can find all of the videos when you click there. And there is an email series that goes with this too, so you can get more resources for yourself there. It's totally free, so go check it out. So in this video, we are going to do some yoga foundations, okay? And we're going to begin working on standing poses and a little sitting and lying down. Now, the only prop you're going to need is a firm cushion, which we will get to later. So if you're ready, let's get into today's practice. We're going to begin standing, and we're going to start out in the most basic of the yoga poses, Tadasana or mountain pose. So this is basically standing, although there's so much more to it. So I will be slowly building on this pose throughout the series. Let's begin with just the feet. So the feet are often taught together. In many lineages, the feet are together. That's the way I learned. But when you put your feet together, it becomes a little bit more of a balanced pose than I want. So just put your feet together and close your eyes and you'll feel it. So instead, what I like to do is have the feet hip width apart. You want to have the feeling of a mountain in this pose. You want to feel rooted and open to the world and really just so strong to all of the elements, everything that comes at you, right? I think you can do that when your feet are a little bit wider, better than if your feet are together. So the next thing I want you to do is feel as if your feet are moving down through the floor as you are getting really long. Feel yourself stretch up and out through the top of the head. Breathe. Notice how it feels. Just start to feel the pose. Imagine that feeling of being a mountain. Nice. And again, like I said, we're going to be adding to that. There's a lot to Tadasana. Step your feet apart. Let's move into the next standing pose. Take your feet as far apart as you're comfortable going. Ultimately, where you're headed is about underneath your hands. It's kind of hard to guess that, right? Where your hands, if your feet are beneath your hands, but you'll start to get a feel for where you want your feet as we go. So just take them apart right now as far as you feel comfortable. You're not going to fall over. You feel stable. Then what I want you to do is turn the left foot in just a little bit. So this is about 30 degrees. You're going to turn this foot in and you're letting the leg follow, right? You're letting your knee come around as well and your hip comes a little bit too. And then turn your other foot. This will be your front foot. This is your back foot. The front foot turns out a full 90 degrees, a full 90 degrees. So I want that foot to be parallel to both sides of your mat. Everybody initially, and you will still do it even when you're trying not to, cheats, if you will, by turning the toes in. You want to make sure it's turned all the way out. That will protect your knee and your lower back. So we want to be really careful with that. Then you want to make sure the heel of the front foot is lined up with the arch of the back foot. Okay? Hands on the hips. Watch your front knee. We're going to bend it, and I want you to bend it so it points toward the toes, and you can see the big toe on the inside of your knee. Then keep the knee here in place so it's pointing toward the toes, and square your shoulders. That knee is going to want to follow. You don't want to let that. That can hurt the knee, okay? So you want to keep it pointing toward the toes as you square your shoulders, then you'll bring the arms up to shoulder height. If there's any pain in the shoulders, just hang out here. I'm going to teach you eventually how you can bring your arms up in a way that might feel a little bit better. But for now, just keep them down if it hurts. Beautiful. Now come on up, arms come down, turn the feet through the front, and we'll go over to the other side. So you're going to turn that back foot in 30 degrees. Front foot turns at a full 90. Heel of the front foot lines up with the arch of the back. And then you want to watch this knee as you bend it. Make sure it points toward the toes. The knee comes right above the ankle. And if you feel like you want to go further, you need to take a wider stance. You don't want that knee to go beyond the ankle. Nice and square. Keep that knee aligned as you square your shoulders. And then add your arms. This pose is called Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2 pose. It's meant to build courage, strength, and we're going to work on it even more to make it even stronger as we go through the series. For now, we're just looking at the alignment and getting the alignment correct. All right, come back up, arms come down, turn the feet to the front, step your feet back into Tadasana, and just take a breath. Notice how your body feels now. Step your feet apart. We're going to add on to Warrior 2 and turn it into Parsvakonasana or side angle. So your feet are again spaced just as you did before or a little wider if you can go further. Turning your back foot in just a bit. Front foot turns out 90 degrees. Heel of the front foot lines up with the arch of the back. Square your shoulders before you bend the knee. And then bend the knee, make sure it's pointing toward the toes. You're going to need to press back on that knee. Beautiful. Now you're going to bring your front elbow down to that leg. If you can't reach it, you can use your hand. And this back arm will swing down and up by your ear. If your shoulder hurts, bring your hand to here. Nice. And then come all the way up. Arms come down, turn the feet to the front. And we have a second side. So turn your right foot in, left foot out. Heel lines up with the arch. Check with that front foot. I was not fully turned to 90 degrees. It happens so often. You want to really just check it every time and make sure that foot is turned out. And then you're going to bend the knee, bring it over the ankle. Shoulders are square, right? You want to make sure you can see the big toe on the inside of your knee. That will tell you the knee is aligned. Front elbow comes down. Release that back arm up by your ear. And feel that stretch up the body. And then come all the way up and out. Arms come down, turn the feet to the front, come back into Tadasana, and take a breath. I'm out of breath a little bit. Next, go to the wall. We are going to take our hands a little bit above shoulder height. It depends on your shoulder flexibility. We're going to be very gentle with our shoulders. So a little bit above shoulder height, palms on the wall. Draw your shoulder blades down. So actually feel your shoulder blades move down into your body and then walk away from the wall and tip your sit bones back. So you're coming into, we call this a wall push. You're going to press into the hands and feel like you're making that spine really long. And feeling the stretch in the shoulders, you may also feel it in the hamstrings, but you may not. Our focus is the shoulders. Breathe. And then walk your feet up. Bring your hands down. Roll your shoulders back and down. Coming back into Tadasana and take a breath. All right, let's come down to sitting. And we're going to talk about our first seated pose. Now, for seated poses, I definitely recommend a firm cushion. And I'll talk more about it as we go forward. But for now, here's what I want you to realize is that you'll feel better. And your body will be better aligned. And there's going to be less strain as a result of lifting yourself up. We'll talk more about it as we go along. So, Sukhasana is simple cross-legged pose. So you just have a seat on that blanket right at the edge, and you're going to move into cross-legged. Now there's actually a few cross-legged positions in yoga. This one has the feet beneath the knees. What I want you to begin to become aware of are your sit bones. They are the bones right at the base of your pelvis. You can feel them. Okay? We all have a tendency to either rock forward, this is where I hang out, or rock back. Neither's good. We want a middle ground, right? So you want to be right on top of your ischial tuberosities, which is what the sit bones are called, and feel yourself there, because when your pelvis is aligned, when you're on top of the sit bones, the pelvis is aligned, then your whole spine can align. Your spine ends in your pelvis. So when we arc forward, we're arcing the spine and we're losing that alignment. When we round back, we're rounding the lower spine. You can see it affects all the way up. I'm not even exaggerating. This is what people look like there. But when you're here and everything's aligned, your body kind of goes, it's able to exhale. So I want you to feel that spot. And what you can do is just slowly rock side to side, back and forth on your sit bones. Now you're not rocking like this. You're keeping the shoulders steady and you're just rocking your pelvis forward and back. And you're slowly feeling the change in your spine as you do that. And then finding the middle ground. Isn't that nice? Now change the cross of your legs. In yoga, we always want to be doing both sides, keeping a balance. Okay, now this will feel remarkably awkward for most people. Maybe not for you, but usually it feels pretty awkward. Just find that spot on your sit bones. And let's add on. You're going to bring your shoulders forward. We're going to roll the shoulder blades. And I want you to arch and round on your sit bones again as well. So you're arching and rounding through your back as you tip forward in the sit bones and then tip back. Change direction. Really big. All the way around. And breathe. One more. Squeeze the arms behind you. Lift your heart. Wake those muscles up. And then release. Sit tall. Take your right ear to your shoulder. Walk your left fingertips out. Draw your shoulders down. Turn your head down. Breathe. Come on up. And then go the other way. Take your other ear down. Walk your fingertips out. Keep the heart lifted. Breathe. Turn your head down. And then come back up. And release and just take a breath. Notice how you feel. All right, we're going to now do lying down. So let's talk about Savasana. You're going to keep your blanket handy, your cushion. Come down onto your back. Savasana is how we end all classes, and it is a relaxation pose. It is not simply lying down. You need to place the body very precisely so that you have a better chance of relaxing. Okay, we want to stack the deck in our favor, right? So start by bringing your knees up into your chest and just giving them a hug. Let your back relax down. And then release. Extend your legs. So we're focused on the lower body first. What you want to do is have your feet a little bit more than hip width apart. Drop the knees out to the side. Let your knees drop out as well. And take a breath and see how your lower back feels. I often have a little hitch in my lower back, so laying flat doesn't feel good. If that's true for you, you're going to take your blanket and you're going to place it up near your sit bones, flat, so it's underneath your thighs. You don't want to do a roll underneath your knees because we have an artery that goes behind our knees, and so it can restrict blood flow. I mean, you'll be fine, but the body has a hard time relaxing when there's a restriction in blood flow. So this is just a more relaxing way to support your knees so that your back can be soft. If your back still bothers you, add another blanket. If it still bothers you, just bend your knees for this. We want to feel good. Now for the arms, take them 45 degrees away from the body. So halfway between out to the side fully and right next to your body. So take them halfway out. Walk your shoulder blades down your back. Relax your arms. Find the very center of the back of your head and just look right up at the ceiling for a moment. Soften your gaze. And then close your eyes. Let your body relax and release. Feel yourself sink into the floor. Feel your breath in your belly. Relax. And then bend your knees. Roll to one side, just rest on your side for a moment, making a pillow with your bottom arm. When you're ready, push up with your top hand. Come on up to sitting, having a seat on your lift, moving into Sukhasana. And just take a breath. All right. Notice how you feel. Appreciate how you feel. That's going to bring you back to day 2. Thanks for joining me. Remember to click on the link to get on the free email list for this whole series. It's been a joy, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.